Alright, what's going on everyone? Genji here with a very special video today. Today's video is going to be a little bit different. It's going to be a little bit less edited, a little bit more raw. I tried to write a script for this a few times, actually like a lot of times. I've tried to write about this a lot, but I just end up kind of going in circles, and I end up just spending too much time with caveats and just trying to give everything consideration, and I'm just kind of freezing up and not able to actually complete this video. So I figured I'd turn the camera on, turn on my mic, and I'll just talk at you. Just talk to you guys about a little game called Final Fantasy 14. So as many of you may know, I've been playing Final Fantasy 14 for the past 6 or almost 7 months now. I started in January of 2023, and I've played it for almost, was it like 400 hours now? I think I'm about at 400 hours now, somewhere around there. I've played the game a lot. I'm at Stormblood. I'm actually about to beat Stormblood. I'm going to be beating that this weekend. If y'all want to follow me on Twitch, you know how to do that. Everything's in the description. But today I wanted to talk to you guys about my experience streaming this game, kind of almost a venting thing, but also kind of giving some information for people that are thinking about streaming the game, and then just kind of recontextualizing, how my journey streaming the game has been over the past 6 months, and moving forward what it's going to be. Because yeah, it's been quite an experience, quite a journey, and it's been freaking amazing. So first of all, I started this YouTube channel like 3-4 years ago during the pandemic. I just made a lot of random videos. I didn't really have any kind of focus or any kind of direction with it. I just play video games and make some videos. It was a good time. Never really saw much success with it. Now, in January, I decided to play Final Fantasy 14 because I like Final Fantasy games. I've always heard good things about this, so I was like, hey, let me just play this game and let me document my journey playing it. I think that might be interesting for people. It's something new, a little bit of a different angle on a video, something different than what I was doing in the past. And I made a video, said, hey guys, I'm gonna play this game, and the video blew up. It was the most successful video I've ever created. I couldn't believe it. Like, I just said, hey, this game sounds good. I'm going to play it. You guys want to watch me? Come over to Twitch. My YouTube channel became monetized within just a couple months, which was just absolutely crazy. I did that within like 2 months, something that I couldn't achieve for the past 3 years with the channel. My Twitch channel, I became an affiliate really quickly. I just couldn't believe it. It was like, this is so cool. I can't believe this community here is so amazing. They're supportive. They love playing with me. Everything's so much fun. Like, it was just a high, It was just like, oh my gosh, this is amazing. This is so much fun. And on top of that, the game is really good, and it was a lot of fun playing it and sharing that experience with other people. I had people that came in and rated me. In particular, It's Fizzy, an amazing streamer, such a great person. She came in and rated me a bunch of times, and then OK Mage tried rating me one time, spelled my name wrong, but then there was like a manual raid, like 300 of them came in there. And it was just like absolutely like amazing. It was so much fun. I had a really awesome kind of grand, what do you call it? When I entered Heavensward, I had everyone there, the kind of entrance thing where everyone was excited to see me into Heavensward, into Ishgard at that moment of the game, kind of like with Asmongold and other streamers. And like, it was really cool, I did a raiding for the first time. This was my first time doing an MMO ever. So I did some hardcore raiding with the Coils of Bahamut, and I beat Twintania, and that was like such a cool experience, like grinding out a dungeon with 7 other people for like hours and hours. It was so cool. Like, it was like legitimately like some of the best experiences I've had in gaming and on YouTube. Like, it's so cool, right? But I kind of feel like I shot myself in the foot a little bit with this whole thing, because I was contextualizing my streaming and my videos of like, hey, I heard this game's the greatest story of all time, and I'm playing it to see if it really is, which I think that's a really cool, interesting premise. It's a cool title for YouTube. It's probably why so many people came to watch it, because they're like, hey, I think this game is really great. And some of you think, hey, this is the best game of all time. And not just the best game of all time, best story in any kind of media. Like some of the comments I got were like, this is the best piece of media ever. Better than any book, movie, story that my uncle told me, this is better than anything like ever. So I was like, holy shit, okay, like even if it's not the best, it's got to be really, really freaking good, right? Because a lot of people seem to agree with that. And I've been playing the game, and I play the game, and you know, like I said, it's good, but with that high expectation that this is the greatest thing of all time, there were just like all of the little things that weren't perfect about the game really kind of stood out to me, because I'm like, hey, y'all say this is the perfect game, the best game of all time, not perfect, but the best game of all time, but I'm just running around doing fetch quests. Like, how can you guys tell me this is the best game? But it was like, oh, just wait, the beginning, it's not so good, you know, there's the whole, you gotta watch the no-clip documentary, which I did, which was great, which is cool, which I think, like, that story of the no-clip documentary of Square Enix and Yoshi P and Koji Fox, in my opinion, that story is better than a Realm Reborn story. Like, the story of this company, these guys coming together, revitalizing this franchise, saving Square Enix. Like, it is such a cool story. I'll tell you guys, go watch it if you haven't. It's an amazing, like, story. Even if you don't like video games, it's a cool story. So anyways, where was I at? Yeah, the game, A Realm Reborn. It's quite frankly, I'm just like, I don't know how you guys can say this is the best game. It's not that great. But everyone's like, oh, just wait. It gets better. And then, you know, the patch content comes, and it did get better. We got to Heavensward, and it was like, okay, yeah, this game's getting great. But I don't like MMOs that much, and I didn't really know why. Like, there's just always something that, like, there was a reason why I didn't play MMOs, and part of it was the fact that they never end, and part of it was also the fact of MMO combat, for the most part, never seemed very appealing to me. It didn't look good, and I don't really like how it feels to play the game. I don't think it's super fun to just do an AoE a billion times. I thought the game was really easy. Most every situation that you're in the game, in the main story quest, you just go in the middle of a bunch of mobs and do an AoE, and like everything's really easy unless you do minimum item level no echo, and if you do that, if you don't do the mechanics right, you just die. Like, there's no like difficulty as in like you have to like make choices like in something like Cyberpunk or like a game that allows you to like figure out, like, let you play the game how you want, and then you like build a character and you make all these choices, and then you tackle it your own way. It's like, it's not fair for me to make those types of comparisons, but basically I've learned over this time is that I like games that give you more choice, games that are more dynamic in like the choices you can make and how that changes the combat, how that changes the story. And this game just kind of didn't have any of that. And it honestly, it let me down, not because it's not a good game, but because it's not the greatest game of all time, and those were my expectations. So I felt like, I mean, a lot of you probably know if you've been watching my videos or watching me stream, I feel like I've been kind of negative about the game over the past couple of months. I've gotten kind of burnt out on it, like in a lot of ways. I feel like the story, it's good, but it's just, you know, it's got a lot of kind of, you can tell that a lot of different, like dozens of writers wrote this story over 10 years. It's not a cohesive story that has a, you know, a nice arc. Even the arcs that it has, it's like there's just like a whole bunch of them, and there's a lot of like things that are kind of underdeveloped, especially, I mean, I don't really want to get too much into it. I'll make another video and talk more about that. But the thing is, it's a good game, but it's not the greatest game of all time, and I feel like that's all I talk about, because that's the point of my videos. That was the point of my stream. I'm playing this game to see if it's actually the greatest game of all time, or the greatest Final Fantasy game of all time is more so what I was trying to figure out. And I think at this point, I've decided, you know, it's not for me. And that's okay that if it is for you, but for me, it's not. I really like Final Fantasy VII and Final Fantasy IX, and I mean 8 and 10 as well. Though Final Fantasy 7 through 10, those are my favorite ones. Maybe it's the nostalgia, but I played the Final Fantasy 7 remake, absolutely loved that. I thought the storytelling there was better than Final Fantasy 14, and I just think it's just a preference. I think I don't like MMOs that much. It can be fun, but for story-wise, I kind of want something to wrap up at some point. I don't like things that just continue forever. Something about that does not appeal to me. And I think that is maybe part of the appeal for some people, is that it's not just this, quick story and then you move on, but it's something that you just can continue on and you can be a part of in a lot of ways that you just can't in a lot of other games. Like, I think this game's special. There's a billion things that are special about it. The community, the things that they let you do with housing, the things they let you do with just trying different characters, the crafting, the glamour. Like, there's so many cool things about this game. So I don't want to just be negative about it. And I feel like my streams and my videos, it's like, I feel like my criticisms are warranted. I can talk to you about them all day. I can back them up. I believe they're true, but I also believe that it doesn't mean you guys have to really listen to them. If this is your favorite game of all time, you absolutely love this game, you don't need to listen to somebody that's going to disagree with you just because it's like, oh, even if I think I'm right, like, if you signed up because you wanted to just watch me, like, love this game, and now I'm not loving it, like, and that doesn't vibe with you, it's like, yeah, I don't think you should continue to watch my videos, because while I will continue to say good things about it, I don't absolutely love this game. So I just need to throw that out there. Also, there's the whole thing of, hey, I'm not yet to Shadowbringers and Endwalker, and everyone's been telling me that that's when the game gets good. And of course, the game's already gotten good. There's already great things about the game, but like, they're saying that's where the story really picks up. And in my opinion, a game shouldn't take 450 hours to get to the good part. To like, if A Realm Reborn is like a 6 out of 10 and Stormblood's like a 5 or a 6 out of 10, and the other ones are 9 out of 10, it's like, it's still averaging out to like a 7 or an 8, and that's kind of how I feel about that. So that's that. I don't want to continue playing the game and, with the idea and the mindset of like, hey, is this the best game of all time? Because I think I've already answered that question. And that's how I feel about it. So if that's what you're looking for, the answer to that question, I don't think it's the best Final Fantasy. I think it's around my 6th favorite. I think it's Final Fantasy 7 through 10 are my top 4. And then I think Final Fantasy 16 is probably 5. And then maybe like 6 and 14 and 12, like those 3 are kind of tied for like 7th or 6th, somewhere around there. That's how I feel about it. So I wanted to make this video and talk to you guys about that, let you know how I feel about it, let you know how I feel about the whole just streaming this game in general, because it's been an experience. It's been ups and downs. It's been stressful. It's been insanely fun, and I'm going to continue doing it because a lot of people have said, well, if you're not enjoying it, stop playing it, and I'm not going to stop playing it. I'm going to keep playing it. I want to beat it. I don't care if it's the best game of all time or ever. I want to complete it. I like completing games, and even though it's going to take me 700 hours, I'm going to do that. I'm going to complete it. A little bit more about just the kind of behind the scenes of just my idea of streaming it and my idea of making videos about this game. As you probably can tell, I haven't been streaming it 5 days a week anymore. I'm streaming it 2 days a week, Friday and Saturday. I'm still going to be playing through Friday night, Saturday morning. We're playing Final Fantasy XIV. That is what it is. As for YouTube videos, I'm still going to give you guys updates. I'm going to do probably kind of recap reviews. So after I beat Stormblood, I'll do some videos about it, and we're gonna keep talking about it, and I'm gonna tell you all the good things that I like, and I'll also talk about the negative. But I'm also gonna be making other videos, because I like other games, and I think I've understood that the games that I'm really enjoying now at this time in my life are games that give you choice. They are, American RPGs, ARPGs, not action RPGs, but the ARPGs in the sense of Ultima, Bethesda, old school Bethesda, Elder Scrolls, and new school Bethesda. I think Bethesda is great. CD Projekt Red, BioWare, games that give you choice and consequence and let you pay off for those choices and consequences in game. I also like games that don't have cutscenes, that allow you to kind of role play and stay in first person with the character. Like Cyberpunk is basically what I'm talking about. I think that was so genius. Skyrim does this as well, where they let you just kind of stand there with your character and talk with people. There's this level of immersion that you get there with that I'm just really attracted to. I think it's something about the video game medium that can only be done in a video game medium. a cutscene is just like a movie. It's like a TV show. You're just passive. And the medium of video games allows you to have input and to interact. So the games that give you more of that ability to interact and to impact the world that you're in, for me, that's what excites me with video games. So I'm going to make more videos about those types of games, like Starfield or the new DLC for Cyberpunk. That being said, I'll still make videos about Final Fantasy VII Remake. I'm excited for the Rebirth, the next one, and the one after that. I'm going to give you guys a review of Final Fantasy XVI when I'm finished with that. I think it's been I've been having to think a lot about balancing that. I want to continue to give you guys these Final Fantasy videos. That's what you signed up for. That's what everyone that signed up for my channel for the past 6 months, that's what you're here for. So, when I make these other videos, I am losing subscribers. I've had kind of stagnant growth over the last few months because I haven't been just making more Final Fantasy XIV videos. So, that's something that I'm just having to come to terms with. I am going to just have to continue to start building new content and slowly evolve my channel into something else. And that being said, thank you guys so much for those of you that have stuck around that are here for it. Not everybody that plays Final Fantasy XIV just plays Final Fantasy XIV. A lot of you have shown up when I've been streaming other games. A lot of you do comment on my other videos, and thank you. Like really, that's freaking awesome. So thank you. And for those of you that just want to watch the Final Fantasy videos, hey, thank you guys too. It's been really freaking great. So thank you guys so much. Yeah, this video's been long. I'll make some follow-ups. We're gonna do Stormblood this weekend. I can't wait to talk about that. I think tentatively my feelings about that game, about that patch, are that I think it's pretty decent. I don't think it's like a 5 or a 6. A lot of people in my chat have said that they think it's like a 5 or 6, but I like a lot of things about it. I think it's great, and now that I don't have that really high expectation for it, I'm just kind of enjoying it for what it is. So I've been enjoying that, and yeah, excited to finish that this weekend. That being said, go follow me on Twitch, like, subscribe, or unsubscribe. You probably already left the video and did that, some of you, but that's okay. Alrighty, well, anyways, thanks guys for watching. Until next time, I'll see you later.